This is from A Believer's Last Day, His Best Day by Thomas Brooks. I am reading on page 17. Practical application. Number 1, mourn moderately. The first use of this doctrine shall be never mourn immoderately at the death of any believer, even if he is the most excellent and useful who ever lived. Death is to them the greatest gain. It speaks out much selfishness in us to be more absorbed with the gain and benefit that redounds to us by their lives than with the happiness and glory that redounds to them by their deaths. In the primitive times, when God had passed the sentence of death upon their dearest comforts, Christians behaved at a more high, sweet, and noble level than they do now. Remember this: death does in a moment for a man that which no graces, duties, nor any ordinances could do for him in all his lifetime. Death frees a man from those diseases, corruptions, and temptations that no duties, graces, or ordinances could do. When Abraham came to mourn and weep for his deceased Sarah, he mourned moderately for her. Genesis 23:2. Not because she was old and worn, but because her dying day was her best day. When Luther, that famous instrument of God, buried his daughter, he was not seen to shed a tear. Just so, Mr. Whately, who was famous in his time, preached his child's funeral sermon upon this subject: the will of the Lord be done. He and his wife then laid their own child in the grave. That is the first use. Let us not mourn immoderately for any believer's death.